let's analyze throughput and pace economically. This is a pie chart of developers' time. And there's some surveys that suggest that without intentional tuning, uh, 30% of developers' time goes to meetings, 16% goes to just fragmented work like checking email or hopping from one thing to another, and then about 52% is focused work. And projects that have average quality end up spending half of that focused work time fixing bugs and only half of that focused work time actually focused on new features. So without intentional optimization, the general forces kind of push down work time to 27%. That's pretty pitiful. It's pretty bad. But without intentional strategy to make it something different, this is kind of what it has ended up being in the industry. And um, by using defect removal techniques that are proven through research and using the right engineering practices and project management process, we can remove about 97% of the defects before they hit our users. But let's be conservative, by the way, for the sake of this analysis, and say that we only find and remove 90% before they get to the users. So with that increase in quality, then we can double the time that our developers are able to allocate to focused development and shrink the time on debugging. Again, we're not going to talk about how productive the focus time is or how good the developers are, um, but just want to talk about quality. Um, and let's just skip through to the next step where we do actually take some action on meetings, because when we adopt Kanban and we adopt a single piece flow and drive down the batch size, well, that reduces even software related meetings, because the meetings that are uh, dictated in Scrum, well, that takes up time. But if you go to a Kanban flow, single piece flow, those meetings kind of start going away. So now let's look at that focused development slice of the pie. That's huge. And again, regardless of the current productivity of an individual developer, just making capacity reallocations, we've more than doubled the output of our team from a throughput perspective, from just allocating our labor. And we still have the question of how to make the developers more effective through other practices, but that's for another time. The chasm between average software teams led by average leaders and great software teams that are led by great leaders is currently absolutely immense. But it doesn't take an immense amount of effort to cross that chasm. The knowledge, the practices, and the tools are known, and with your leadership, then it can happen for your team.